Today I am going to explain you a poem, No Men Are Foreign, by James Kirkup. Let's see the poem first. Remember, no men are strange, no countries foreign. Beneath all uniforms, a single body beneath, like ours, the land our brothers walk upon. Is art like this, in which we all shall lie? They too aware of sun and air and water, are fed by peaceful harvests, by war's long winter starved. Their hands are ours, and in their lines we read the labor not different from our own. Remember, they have eyes like ours that wake or sleep, and strength that can be owned by love. In every land is common life that all can recognize and understand. Let us remember, whenever we are told to hate our brothers, it is ourselves that we shall disposes, betray, and condemn. Remember, we who take arms against each other, it is the human art that we defile. Our hells of fire and dust outrage its innocence. Of air that is everywhere our own, remember, no men are foreign and no countries strange. So, the summary of the poem is that this is a poem that promotes universal brotherhood among the people of the world. The title of the poem itself represents a sense of unity among all people. Then only peace and prosperity will possible in this world and love reigns in the hearts. According to the poet, there is no such person who can call us foreigners and no such land which can call as a foreign. Though we think the people live in different foreign are different from us in their thinking, dress, language, customs, and traditions. But under a different uniform, we all are human beings. The man made boundaries are superficial. We have the same earth to live in. And after death, all people have to lie under the same earth. All human beings breathe the same air. All people enjoy the sun, the moon, air, and water. All we have similar hands, and the labor done by all is also similar. Moreover, all people have the same eyes that wakes and sleep, same hearts that can be owned by love. Therefore, the poet says that when we hate one another, we betray ourselves, betray humanity at all, our own brothers. By raising arms against each other, we defile the earth that belongs to all of us. When we drop bombs on one another, the fire and the dust, raising from them outrage the innocence of the air that belongs to all of us. The poet through this poem appeals us for universal brotherhood among all the countries of the world. Then only world peace and integrity is possible. Thinking about the poem, beneath all uniforms, what uniforms do you think the poet is speaking about? Here, the poet is speaking about the various dresses that people of various countries used to wear. So, may the poet here mentions about the uniform owned by the soldiers of different countries. Question 2. How does the poet suggest that all people on the earth are the same? According to the poet, no man is different from one another, though they live in different nations, speak different languages, and wear different dresses. All peoples on earth are same because a single body breathes beneath all uniforms. We walk on the same planet, enjoy the same sun, moon, air, and water. We all have same hands and the same eyes, wakes and sleeps like each other. Moreover, after death, we all lie under the same earth. Question 2. In stanza 1, find 5 ways in which we all are alike. Pick out the words. In the stanza 1, the poet uses some words that indicate that we all are alike and possess some common features. The first one, no men are strange, no country is foreign, beneath all uniforms, a single body breathes like ours. Our brothers walk upon earth, and we shall all shall lie in earth. Question 3. How many common features can you find in stanza 2? Pick out the words. In the stanza 2nd, the poet presents some common features of all the people on earth. For example, all the people enjoy the same air, sun and water. For instance, the essence of life. Secondly, all are fed by peaceful harvest. Peaceful harvest requires for actually survival. Third one, they also suffer from starvation caused due to war. All have similar hand and the labor done by them is also same. So there is nothing we and they, we all are alike. Question 4. Whenever we are told to hate our brothers, when do you think this happens? Who tells us? Should we do as we are told at such times? What does the poet say? I think when there is a war between nations, people living in both the nations becomes enemies of each other. This happens when some selfish people, for their own benefit, instigate the innocent people to fight with others. They do it in order to create havoc in society and for their maximum benefit. The people who are in charge of running the nations tells us to do so. They are warmongers and selfish people. No, we should never do so because we should not destroy our brotherhood. At such times, we should think deeply over the matter. We must not act on their advice without bothering over it. The poet wants to promote universal brotherhood. He says that there should be no discrimination among different people because no men are foreigner and strange and no countries are foreign. We should live peacefully with each other. So people of one nation should not follow any such advice of hating other nations and creating violence. Question 5. How, according to the poet, a war affect a nation? War can bring only destructions. It destroys lives of people, money, property, and after all, peace of mind. War makes people to live in starvation also. Question 6. It is the human art that we defile. How do we defile the art according to the poet? According to the poet, we defile the human art by hating one another. One nation on earth tries to overpowering the other nations. It brings destruction of everything. By creating hatred among all our brothers, we create a hell on earth. We forget that we all are same. Question 7. Where does hell of fire and dust refers to? What does it refer? Hells of fire and dust could refer to a wartime destruction of a civilization. Hope you understand the poem. If you like the video, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.